Hello!
No! I lead!
Wow, you would bitch about that. I'm the one in the head positions.
Then you introduce us then.
Hello! This is Adam Generate. I am Luke Moyer. This is Jake Williams. This is another episode of Drinks After Work, and today we're going to be talking about remakes, reboots, and all that should and should not be happening with the cinematic universes of the world.
It's fucking hot in here, man. You have AC or what?
Jay turns it off.
People need to know. So the reason why I brought this topic up to you guys before we start recording, I recently saw Poltergeist.
How was it?
I feel like you shouldn't have touched it because I feel that the original was so scary and badass that I don't even feel like I need to go see the new one.
I actually haven't seen Poltergeist, the original or the...
Hey, you told me I could, so I am.
Also, a little sponsorship if you want. This is Di Serrano that we're drinking and root beer schnapps. And
By Phillips, because we're...
Phillips and whoever...
Di Serrano.
Is that just the company?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like Jameson.
I'm not familiar. So anyway, the reason why I brought it up, here's how I felt about Poltergeist. It was enjoyable. It wasn't a bad movie in any sense of the word, but I just feel like a lot of people are gonna hate it, and a lot of people are gonna bash on it because it tries and it hits every major event of the first movie, and I'm okay with that. It's just the problem is Poltergeist was so iconic and so big for horror movies that everything people have been trying to replicate that ever since it came out in the 80s. And so I've already seen all that stuff. So when I see this remake, not only do I see it from the original, but then I see it from every other horror movie.
Well, see, that's your problem right there with any remake, is the fact that it's a double-edged sword. Because you're either going to have the fans who are going to hate it because it's nothing like the source material, nothing like the original, or you're going to have the fans that hate it because it's too much like the original. You know, if you do a shot-for-shot remake, you're doing a shot-for-shot remake.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the deal with the new versions. Is like, hey, you guys got a bite of something deliciously good. We're going to get the new age of, the new viewers to see what we grew up with, what we saw.
Yeah. Well, it's like
which brings in with,
It's like the argument we had about the new Ninja Turtle movies. The Michael Bay Ninja Turtle.
Oh, the second one's going to fucking destroy it. Everything. It's going to be so shitty. No, it's going to be bad.
No, it's going to be...
all their casting...
If they put people
all
in Rocksteady in there...
Oh, no. Stephen Amell as Casey Jones?
That's a pretty cool...
How do you not love that?
Arrow is Casey Jones, man.
No.
I love that. That's a great...
But it's kind of like with that, but...
Tyler Perry is Baxter Stockman.
Yeah. That's kind of stupid.
Smells weird.
I mean, I can get over.
I'm never gonna let that go, David.
Steve being Casey, because Casey's one of my favorites. But
I think it should have been CM Punk.
I don't know.
That's just me.
CM Punk is overrated. We're gonna get into this right now.
No, but the thing is, before you guys keep interrupting, what I was trying to say is because I never do that. What I was trying to say was with the Ninja Turtles thing, I was it was an okay movie to me. Granted, it's not a very good movie at all in general, but I still had fun with it in certain parts. Like the avalanche scene was one of the best action scenes I've seen that summer. They're all going to you can't deny that wasn't awesome. That's me. But
you can't.
You bitch at us for checking our phones, so you can't check your phone.
Did I do that?
Yeah, you did last time. Granted, we were staring at it for 5 seconds, but still. But I was okay with that because that's a movie. This movie is for this generation. This movie isn't for us. This isn't for people that love the '90s ones. And we're gonna. It is fine. We wouldn't have liked that movie anyway because we would have been like, our version is the best version. There's no other good versions. The '90s Turtles are the best. You can't put in these hulking ones and blah blah blah.
Because it came out.
That's why I was okay with it. I was just like, it's not gonna be better than what I think, but. This generation might enjoy.
It's because it was based off of the 80s cartoon, the 90s. It came out in 90. It was right off the tail of the cartoon.
And the new one is based off the new cartoon that came out.
Which they all
have spec. It's a video game. They all have specs. Raph is your bruiser and Leonardo's like a samurai kind of thing. So I was okay with that movie. Granted, it wasn't. I wish I didn't pay $10 for it. But
if there was just the Turtles, And
you
they
bitch
didn't
about
have
them not
anything
getting
else.
the Turtles right. That's fucking bullshit. Because everybody that has seen that movie says the Turtles were right. They did the Turtles justice. The rest of the movie sucked.
I don't agree with that at all.
Everybody says that.
No, they did the Turtles. I never bitch about the personalities. I like the personalities. The personalities are on point. I'm bitching about the fucking character design.
Oh, I thought you were bitching about their personalities.
No,
they were pretty cool, except for like their weird weird faces.
I didn't like how
I didn't
they were.
understand
Like,
how.
I didn't like how they were giants because they were never giants in the source material, like the actual comics.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like how they had like superpowers. You know, granted they didn't have like superpowers, but they had like
They were
super
enhanced.
strength. Yeah, like that's not the thing. Like the turtles were just.
I like
Turtles.
I like the fact that it'd be ooze, not like injected with stuff.
Yeah, I didn't like the new
They just
scientific experiment.
So anyway, that's like one example. Of,
I didn't like Splinter.
one example of a franchise that you every 10, 20 years you make a new franchise to get a younger audience. to get a whole
I
new
agree with
generation.
that. Like that's the whole point. Like don't get me wrong, there are some remakes that I've seen and I haven't seen the original. So I mean, like that's your target audience.
Oh yeah, if
when
you
you're
haven't
doing
seen
these.
Poltergeist, you probably like the new one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
But
Like there's a couple that I know are
like
just terrible
scary
movies.
movies from like the 70s and 80s, like The Exorcist, Carrie, Poltergeist. Holy motherfucking shit! Those
well,
are scary
it's scary
as fuck.
because it's not
and then,
CGI.
And then when I go in and I watch like the newer versions of them, I'm like, oh, this is obviously fake. What the hell?
Well, see, here's the thing. Like our concepts of horror have evolved. You know, like in 1970s, shit's gonna be scary. In the 1970s, you know, you try to do like basically the same thing. You're gonna be like, oh, we need to add CGI. We need to add blah blah blah. And like the fact is, we've become so.
It's because of the internet. Yeah.
We've become so desensitized to CGI. We really don't even like.
Well, CGI done right can like.
Well,
make
that's
the movies,
one of
but,
the,
like,
that's
so
one of the
many
issues.
times.
That's one of the issues with Poltergeist. Is a lot of like I enjoyed it, like but again it touched on the things in the original. But the problem is the original did it so much better because the original was so practical and
It's because
they
it was
didn't
first,
have this
and
technology.
it's
Not
the
not
first
so much
time
that.
you've seen it.
Not so much that is this movie would have been a lot better if they would have just there's a scene and spoilers if you haven't seen it. There's a scene in particular in the movie where he's like in like the dead people world because there's like a dead people world, a real like living people world, and he's in the middle of it trying to get his sister out. And it's like watching a video game. Like the CGI is fucking bad, and it's just like it takes you out of the movie because you're just like this is really shitty CGI. And this was and things like that. So that's why I think the practical effects are where it goes. That's why when we saw Mad Max, I had a fucking blast. And that whole entire movie is no CGI. That is all practical effects. And when you see a car explode, it's a fucking car.
Oh,
explode.
dude, that movie. It's
It's 2 hours.
It gives
it's a 2 hour
the name
turn
justice.
Watch the damn movie.
It gives the name justice because they're on the road.
Well, it's a movie I have
The
to go
whole
see with
movie.
you guys. I can't, or like Andrew. I can't.
You can't go see it with Jenny because Jenny, I'm glad I saw it with you and I didn't see it with Ashley because I think she would have liked it, but she wouldn't have been into it as much as we were when we saw it.
That movie is like 95% action because the only
It's
other
nonstop.
5% is when they talk.
And that's okay.
And granted, Max doesn't fucking talk like almost at all.
And that's like every other movie.
So
That's also
so like
and it's the
there's
original
only-
guy too, George Miller. So
there's only like a couple lines of dialogue between like the whole cast.
And that's the thing, and this is how it ties to Poltergeist and remakes. It's not necessarily a remake; it's more of a sequel. But you could not watch the other Mad Max and still be okay with it because you didn't watch
This is
any
the
of
one
them.
thing. I mean, I watched the originals. I just don't really.
Yeah.
I didn't like
But-
it as much as you. But the only thing I had a problem with was the stupid motherfucker playing the guitar the whole fucking.
That was the best part of the movie.
That pissed me off. Like
They have one guy on this. Okay, you saw him in the trailer. There's this truck that's fucking jacked up really high, like
nothing but speakers.
all speakers. And there's one guy in this whole war group. His whole purpose is fucking
There's
playing
probably
guitar.
like five.
And he
almost
does it the whole
5,000
movie, and it
guys.
shoots flames. And then on the back of the
And he's
truck,
just like-
there's like 3 or 4 layers of drums with like 6 dudes just fucking
Yeah.
drumming. And I'm like, any other movie, that'd be stupid as shit, and I would hate it. But because it's Mad Max, it works. It's awesome. I love it. And it felt like, and I didn't think about it until someone else mentioned it on a podcast, that it's like they took that movie from the 70s and 80s, plucked it out of there, held onto it, and released it now. And it feels like that. It feels like it's meant to. This movie's in production for 20 years, and it looks like it should have been made 20 years ago.
I wish there was a Mel Gibson cameo.
Should have been.
There should.
That's why.
No one likes Mel Gibson.
He's
anymore.
crazy. No.
Well, yeah, but I mean that was his.
So then I want to bring up another.
So what's fine with that?
What are some remakes that you genuinely liked and you think they legitimately did good, like did really well, really good service to the original, and could probably stand alone?
Evil Dead.
I would agree with that.
The new one,
Because it's actually produced by Sam Raimi. And
like it's
Bruce
almost
Campbell.
like
I know.
they took the same exact movie, they remade it almost exactly the same, except they took it and they flipped it around and like kind of reversed the characters a little bit. Like unless you've seen and watched like the originals, there's like lots of hidden Easter eggs and like jokes and stuff that you wouldn't have got.
It's pretty
unless
much
you've seen it.
If Sam Raimi had a budget when he first created, like back in '79, if they had a budget, this is what the movie would look like.
I can't think of it. Like, I can't.
You can't think of a remake that you liked?
Well, I mean, I can think of remakes I like, but then again, it's without seeing the original.
Yeah.
You know, like I love Death Race. That was a great fucking movie. With
It's a great dumb.
well, yeah, you knew.
Like, it's stupid.
You know what you were getting when you were walking into that movie, but like I really.
Pretty sure the original's on Netflix.
Oh, I'll check it out.
Death Race 3000 or 2000 or
I
whatever.
don't know.
Death Race 2000, I think is what it's called.
Check it out. But like, yeah, like I said, like I enjoyed that movie, but I haven't seen the original, and I love Jason.
Wasn't it Jason Statham and Tyrese Gibson?
Yeah.
Machine
But
Gun Joe.
the thing I loved about that movie is I loved how it was like you can tell why Twisted Metal got his inspiration from the Death Race franchise, because when you watch the remake, it's like watching a fucking video game because they drive over power-ups. They drive over little things. That
They
give
drive
them
over
weapons.
little shields and then like,
And,
it accesses their weapons and like
I enjoyed that.
lift up.
But again, I enjoyed it for what it
barricades
was.
and
I
whatnot.
didn't expect it to be fucking Oscar worthy.
Yeah.
I was like, it's gonna be a dumb action movie that's gonna have blood and violence, and that's kind of, you know.
You know, and then, like there are remakes I've seen or without seeing that I knew were terrible, like The Roommate and Stepfather. Why did you watch them? I think I was bored one day. I really don't even know. I think it was on like HBO back when I lived with parents or something. The Roommate because I was dating a couple girls that wanted to watch it. You know?
A couple girls? Look at fucking Casanova.
Not at the same
No,
time.
well, you know.
I just happened to date two girls who wanted to watch
I don't
the
know.
It's off the
I don't
mark.
know. That's a movie that girls just like to watch for some reason.
Girl,
Because
why do
I
girls
was
like
'cause
shitty
I
horror
was
movies?
talking
Can
to
we
a
talk
girl
about a
at one point, and
podcast
she
you
wanted
wanted
to
to
watch
watch?
that, and it was like,
Yeah. I can't count how many
we could do a podcast about women next.
women
Like next
watching
time.
shitty horror movies. Look out, ladies. I'll do another one. Okay. But
I'm a sucker for a cheesy, scary movie as long as I'm with a girl because it's just an excuse for them to like
that's another thing.
hold on to you.
I don't think after watching Poltergeist, I don't think I'm gonna see another horror movie in a theater. And it's not the movie. Again, like a lot of people online have been tearing this movie to shreds because, like I had said earlier, it didn't bother me. I thought it was okay. It was like 2 hours, like an hour and a half, you know, whatever. But I don't like going to horror movies because of the people that go to horror movies and see them in theaters. Fucking teenagers, because it's PG-13, so there are a lot of teenagers in there. Oh my gosh! And
Well, see, that's why I hate going to see movies in theaters in general. Like, I love it, but the problem is like, you go to
shut up.
You go see a comedy, and you miss jokes because people keep
People are
laughing.
laughing at one joke that's so stupid,
Yep.
and you're just like,
And that was
just missed the fucking punchline.
and that's why I enjoyed going to see Avengers 2 a second time. You know, I saw it on like a Sunday or something.
Nobody.
I always go to see like superhero movies like that a second time. Because
Yeah.
You gotta look for the Easter eggs.
you miss so much stuff.
Well, you don't get any Easter eggs. It's fucking Joss Whedon, but
Oh well, that was last podcast.
I'm still
You had your
upset.
chance. You had your chance.
I made my case.
You bitched. You bitched. Okay, so another thing you brought up before we started recording, a movie that is a remake that I had no idea was a remake was The Departed, and that is a great fucking movie.
It's
And
a good fucking movie.
top to down, really good fucking movie.
Fucking Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, a
Fucking
boy, Leo
Good
DiCaprio,
fucking actor.
directed by Scorsese,
Mark Wahlberg.
Martin Scorsese.
Shouldn't have brought
Jack
Nicholson
Nicholson.
because you guys are going to be doing this for the rest of the
You think we? Yeah, maybe we are. You fucker.
Fuck
You
it.
fucking. You. Motherfucker, you.
Keep talking.
What's another one that you were talking about before we started recording? That was a remake.
Carrie.
I haven't seen. Carrie.
All of Lindsay Lohan's movies.
Oh,
remakes.
good just remembered. Now that we're talking about remakes, as we're recording this, as far as I know, the It remake that was supposedly going to be 2 parts has been canceled. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Because the reason why It was such a good, such a big, impactful book and horror movie, because there was nothing like it. And the fact that you remake it again, it's just... Horror movies in general, like you said, should stay alone. Because what was scary 20 years ago or 30 years ago can be scary now. But the problem is...
It's put on indefinite hold because the director walked out.
And I'm pretty sure Google...
Keep going.
Pretty sure Stephen King doesn't want it to happen now. But...
And Google.
One of the...
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, it can still be scary now, but you gotta do it the right way. You have to make it practical. You have to make it believable in that world. If you don't, and it's CGI, and you're like, oh, this is fucking fake. There's nothing to be scared of.
Departed was a remake of Japanese movie, Internal Affairs.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I thought.
American version.
You know what I actually liked?
Because it's Martin Scorsese.
You know what? This remake, it was a terrible remake. Like, it did not do the movie justice, but I enjoyed it because it's another one you go in and you enjoy it for what it is. You don't, expect anything good. You don't expect it to be better than the original. You knew it wasn't. Dawn of the Dead. I actually enjoyed the remake. It was...
Oh, yeah, Dawn of the Dead was a fun movie, and I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Again, it didn't...
The
original movie was so much better
I
because
think
it
the
actually...
I think the only thing that it really shares with the original is maybe its name and that they're in a mall. I mean, other than that, it's pretty off, and it's its own movie. I mean...
Is it the one where they're, on the building, and they're, offing celebrities?
Yeah.
Celebrity lookalikes, yeah, like Jay Leno and shit.
Yeah, that was, my
And that was a Zack Snyder movie. That was his first movie.
Yeah, no, I just read that. Keep talking.
I have a thing about this.
I enjoy... Oh, sorry.
With having a movie that did great from 10, 15 years ago, and then be like, oh, this could probably survive as a TV series. Like they're doing that with The School of Rock. None of the original cast is going to be in it. Jack Black isn't even a part of it. It's probably going to fall into a shithole and just die.
Well, they're probably following the Daredevil model, where Daredevil the movie wasn't very good and didn't do very well, but the TV show that's on Netflix is fucking amazing. And it's phenomenal.
That's a whole different story.
No, but I'm saying that could be kind of like that.
Yeah, but Daredevil,
I think that's the
Daredevil was
mentality
okay.
they had. But granted, you can't do it.
Yeah, the movie was okay.
If you watch Director's Cut, it's so much better.
The series fucking killed it.
Okay,
but School of Rock was a great movie.
Okay,
Yeah, you can't take that and try to replicate all the whole... They're using basically the whole same storyline, except they're doing it in 20-minute intervals.
Yeah. So, what were you going to bring up?
Another one that I enjoyed that I don't think it did very well, on box office or anything, was Footloose, the remake.
See, that's the thing. I haven't seen the remake. I've only seen the original, but I have
You can't beat Kevin Bacon.
That's very true.
But I have heard it's actually dealt with people that actually enjoy the original movie, and it's dealt with care, and it's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
See, and it's not trying to take away from the original. It's just trying to say, hey, look, it's one of those situations with it's trying to get a new generation. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, Julianne Howe is freaking hot.
Yeah, but was there
Only reason why I would watch
question? Have you seen the original?
Yeah.
Have you seen the original Footloose?
I have not actually.
Okay, what's the name?
I'm a Baconator.
What's the name of the main girl in Footloose? I can't remember. Not the actress name, the character.
Yeah.
Because she gets in a full drag-out fucking brawl with her boyfriend in that movie.
She does.
And there's parts of Footloose where it gets dark and it gets really fucked up, and you're like, I just want to fucking dance, Dad. And it's like, what? Well, because he slaps her, then she full-on takes a swing at him, and then he's trying to leave, and she takes a pipe, busts the windows out, and then he body slams her. And Ariel, that bitch is hardcore, and she was hot. And she was 80s hot. She's probably not hot now.
In the remake, the girl gets beat by her boyfriend, but
does she fight back?
No.
Then she's a pussy, because in the original,
hot. She's 2000s hot.
In the original, she fucking took a pipe to his car. Truck, actually.
That's the problem with this society these days. All those
how is that not sexist?
anti-feminists.
We'll have a whole podcast about that, because I do want to talk about that.
We're going to talk about feminists?
Sexism in entertainment.
That's a terrible idea.
Women,
we're going to get so much fucking shit.
Sexism and feminists.
Liberals are going to hate us.
No. I will defend...
We're in Nebraska, the most conservative state you can find, except for Texas.
But seriously,
I'm a
Republican.
Republican.
Do a podcast about sexism in movies. because I feel like there's a topic that needs to be discussed and how people need to shut the fuck up.
Stay tuned for next week's episode.
Oh, the Hitcher was another one.
I did not like that movie.
I wasn't a huge fan. Keep talking.
Okay. Any other remakes that you enjoyed that?
I'm still in the eyes, man.
I don't give a fuck about you.
Remakes
I'm so sorry.
that I enjoyed.
Anyway.
Would you consider it a remake from?
Oh, you know what's the terrible
60s?
one? I haven't watched it, but I watched the original series, The Karate Kid.
Oh, you haven't watched the one?
The new one. The new one. I can't. I don't like the new one.
Jackie Chan wanted to rename it The Kung Fu Kid to give it like
Its
a
own
different thing. Yeah.
That would have been so much better.
Yeah, Jackie Chan.
It would have been so much better because, I mean, like it's essentially the same exact movie, except he's an African American in China.
Again, it doesn't matter. There's race and that kind of thing because that's not him being.
No, I'm just saying. Like it's.
He's not an Italian. He's black.
I mean,
Ralph Macchio. But
Ralph
another before
is the Karate Kid.
Before we move on, another remake that this is a remake that
They actually remade it before they remade with Jaden Smith. It's like the next Karate Kid, and she's a chick.
Oh yeah,
it was Jodie Foster.
Wank.
Oh, was it? I get them mixed up every time.
How? They don't look anything alike.
Don't know.
But another.
I get Burt Reynolds and the guy who plays the dad in Sky High.
Kurt
Russell mixed up. I don't know how that either.
I get Burt Reynolds and Ryan Reynolds mixed up.
That
Just kidding.
Oh, Longest Yard. I enjoyed that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I
think it was like the last Adam Sandler movie that I liked. No, Click was. Click was the last.
He does a couple. Here's what
I love That's My Boy. That's My Boy was pretty good.
You kidding me?
I liked it.
Can we fire him off the podcast?
Just because
well,
it
I
was
have
so
it.
stupid.
Do you have it?
No.
You can have it.
I mean, I watched the like.
Jake and I bought it. We bought it to try to buy the worst movie possible.
That's why I like it. Is because it's so shitty.
Oh my god. I'm gonna slap
Do you like it ironically?
Yes. I mean, it's like when you go with like Napoleon Dynamite. Nobody likes it other than the fact that it's really stupid. People love it. Nacho Libre. Nobody liked that movie. I love that movie because I understand that it's not supposed to be serious. It's not supposed to make sense. It's just stupid as shit. Therefore, I enjoy it. Same with That's My Boy.
Did you know the Mummy was apparently a remake? Like 1932.
I did.
Universal Monsters. Anyway, another movie that shouldn't have been remade, and I hated that it was remade, and I didn't like the movie, was RoboCop. Because to me, the original RoboCop was a like hardcore tooth and nail satire on American life and how we and just it was just a great set. It's hard to explain. I can't articulate what I want to say, but
Piranha
it's a hardcore action movie, with blood and violence and all that. And then you get the remake, who does try to make a statement, but it's just not a good movie. And the fact that
Psycho was terrible.
yeah, the remake's horrible.
Who the hell saw Vince Vaughn?
Yeah.
Vince
And
Vaughn.
it's just a movie that should have stayed on its own and not been called RoboCop. You could have made a whole other movie out of that. And
Robotic Man.
Still would have failed.
Yeah, Cyborg Cop.
Well, let's put Batman.
Cyborg.
Let's make Batman a robot. That's basically what it looked like.
Yeah.
We could do a whole thing about superheroes and remakes. Like they're the most.
Well,
I mean, that could be included on this.
Didn't they redid Total Recall?
Yeah, the Total Recall remake was fucking dog shit.
I mean, I saw it.
I love Colin.
You like Colin Farrell's Total Recall?
I haven't seen it. I just like Colin Farrell.
Don't waste your time.
I mean, it's
because that's the thing.
they got the three titted chick though, right? That was in the originals too.
The three boob chicks in it.
No, that was like the only thing I liked.
You really want that?
Yeah, three boob chick is like
important
part of
that's
Total Recall.
that's the
I meant,
obvious
like, in
nod.
real life,
This is supposed to be futuristic. Like this is
I don't know.
futuristic. Women have evolved to fit man's need of having an extra tit.
Well, why do you need three boobs? Because you only have two hands.
Feminists are gonna hate you.
What?
Say that for the sexist podcast.
I apologize, females.
No, get another boob to accommodate Luke's needs.
I'm not a pig. I'm just
saying, there's more than enough with your boobies. So
I got so much love to give.
I have a question though. What what
Yeah.
franchise do you think
Shouldn't be? Or
should
is-
be remade? We'll split it up here. But what franchise do you see like being successful as a remake? The immediate one that comes to mind when I was thinking about doing this topic was, did you ever see the Matthew Broderick movie War Games?
No.
It came out in the 80s.
Yeah, I
And
know what it is.
you know what it is, right?
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
imagine how cool that movie would be with modern technology. With like
Well, then you're gonna kill it with CGI. We just talked about
no. With like no, that's not what it's about. It's about him playing a video game and hacking into the Russian database and fighting them with this video game. Now imagine how cool that could be with like an Xbox One or PlayStation 4, or the technology we have with video games being presented in this movie. I think that'd be really cool. Or if it's fucking like the Oculus, you could tie it in with like the Oculus and the Morpheus, so it's like virtual reality. And I think that would be a cool remake. I would definitely go see that.
Too much slow mo.
So what Luke,
Still thinking.
what movie do you think would benefit and be actually be pretty cool to have a remake? It's a tough question, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think of what. Like I can't even think of movies right now.
Yeah.
You guys are the worst
Oh,
co-hosts
fucking blank.
on planet Earth.
Why don't we just like jump to
Okay, fine. Okay, what movie? Okay,
what movies are getting remakes that we are dreading, and what movies are getting
or
remakes that we
at
love?
least getting rumored to get remakes.
Well,
Because like Indiana Jones, there's this big rumor that they're
Fantastic
rebooting
Four.
Indiana Jones. Here's how I feel about it.
Okay, tell me.
no.
I still really
No.
wish. I still wish. I'm glad I didn't see Kingdom of
Kingdom
the
of the
Crystal
Skull.
Skull or whatever the fuck it was. I'm so glad I did not waste money in a movie theater to see that.
It was
And
good.
I'm
the
still.
sole fact that Harrison Ford was in it.
He fucking phoned it in that movie. Are you kidding me? I think he was half asleep when he was delivering his lines. He was shit. That movie sucked ass.
Well, he probably hated the fact that he was there. Like,
Exactly. I'm pretty sure he didn't want to fucking be there. So that right there should have said, hey, when you put last on a movie, unless you do like fucking X-Men and do time travel, make it your last goddamn movie and don't try to milk the cash cow again. That fucking sucked. So on top of that, don't try to remake Indiana Jones. The trilogy was great for what it was and the time and place it was in and the people that were in it. Don't try to fucking remake it. That's my piece on Indiana Jones.
okay.
And Chris Pratt, I love the guy, but stop. Just stop trying to make him this.
He's already.
He's not Indiana Jones, and I'm glad he said no. Thank you. I still like you. Follow him on Twitter at Pratt.
I think he's becoming overrated.
Oh, what the?
Oh shit.
Fired you again.
What the? I mean, I'm just saying, like
I'm afraid-
after his performance in Guardians of the Galaxy, it's like, oh, he fucking killed this movie.
He
so
did.
so we're gonna fucking
probably
throw him
gonna-
in everything.
He's probably gonna kill in Jurassic World too.
Well, yeah, I
I'm still
understand.
pumped for that.
I'm
I
not
really
saying
I don't know if that's a
he's
remake
a bad
or
actor.
sequel,
I'm
whatever
not
it is,
saying
I'm
I don't
pumped.
like him. I'm just saying that
No, and that's
he's becoming The Rock.
and that's a problem.
I mean,
Yeah, The Rock was fucking great.
Oh,
hey,
you know what?
did you- yeah, that was fucking
I'll show
great.
that to you because you haven't seen it.
That was so like,
Million
I felt
movies in
so
the last
bad for
10
Nick.
hours.
Like,
and the fact that he actually
like the beginning.
put a link to it in the description.
Where he's like, do you think you ruined the relationship? I hope not. Why would you say that? That's so hard.
But my worries with Chris Pratt is he's gonna get overexposed. I'm gonna get.
That's what he was just.
What he said. I agree with you. I agree with you.
fucking bullshit me for saying a comment and then, oh, it's okay because I said it this time.
No. I'm just saying that you just need to stop jumping to conclusions and think he's going to be overrated after
I don't agree. I don't agree with that because here's the power. Here's the thing. Chris Pratt has reached.
I love how we're talking about remakes. So we're
We're gonna go to Chris Pratt.
bitching about Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt has
I love
got.
this podcast.
He's got the superstardom. Like he's in the superstardom right now, which gives him the power.
How to Train Your Dragon 3? Really?
It's a book series, so of course they're gonna make
Why?
Anyway, keep going.
it.
You fucking stalled his rigmarole here.
I'm sorry.
But the fact that with superstardom is you actually get the ability to turn down roles. You know, they can approach you with stuff. But that's when it comes to remakes where, like, people like Chris Pratt, they're going to see a remake and they're going to be like, this is a good opportunity to redo a character or to do a character what I think is justice.
Yeah, but I don't. And the thing is, I wouldn't see anybody else being Indiana Jones. It's just like I don't see anybody else being Han Solo.
Well, you can't. That's what I
Unless they decide, hey, we're gonna do an origin story, but then it's kind of like
They are talking about
yeah, and they're doing all the standalone movies. Here's the problem with that. I fucking hate prequels, and you know how much I hate prequels because there's no sense of danger in those movies. There's none. You know that character's gonna make it out. You know there's gonna be another movie. So why the fuck do you waste time and money on it?
I'm going to watch a prequel with actually killing the main character.
So,
The only prequel that I dug the ending was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, where it's like this girl's gonna make it out. I'm like, well, spoilers if you haven't seen it, don't worry about it.
You know what's gonna happen.
This girl is driving out on this on the road. I'm like, really? She fucking made it? This is the prequel. Why does she have to live? And then, as I'm thinking that, you just hear this fucking chainsaw start up in the back, and he like sticks it through her gut and rips it up. And I was like, thank God, she's dead. She didn't make it out. And that's awesome.
Well, that's a different thing with the prequels, because the prequels are the villains.
Yeah, you could keep
so
going.
So you know they're going to survive. You know the villains are going to survive anyway.
Yeah, tell me how great that was with Star Wars, with telling the prequel of a villain. Phantom Menace sucked. Attack of the Clones was okay, and I really enjoyed
it was a...
Ewan McGregor was the best part of that franchise.
I love it.
Or like, well, Qui-Gon Jinn. With Liam Neeson, I love Qui-Gon Jinn. He's
For
probably
the
one of my
whole,
favorite
like,
Jedis.
So, did you find a movie that you thought...
Oh, we're still...
No, I was kind of looking through upcoming movies.
So I would be very, very pissed and be very, very upset if they try to remake Indiana Jones. What franchise do you think should be remade? That they might be remaking?
But we just tried this, and I can't think of one. But here's one... Okay, here's a franchise with a remaking that I'm not excited for. Ghostbusters.
Oh, fuck, thank you. I was thinking of that too, because I was like,
I just saw it.
We have to bring that up and talk about
Yeah.
this.
See, here's the thing. Like, I don't care if it's an all-female cast.
Which I'll probably bring up again in the Sexist
as long as
podcast.
Bill Murray is like...
He's out.
He's not in it.
Dude,
No.
then I'm totally pissed. I'm
Dude, he hates that franchise. He was the one who said, no, I'm not doing Ghostbusters 3 for like 10 fucking years. Because of Ghostbusters 2.
And that's another big factor. It's like, they've been trying to make another Ghostbusters for almost 20 years, right?
Well, then Harold died, and, you know...
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
That sucked, man. That was
I was
legitimately sad.
Dan Aykroyd's like...
Well, yeah. Oh, did you see that fan art that I showed?
No, keep talking. Keep talking. Show me after the show, get to your point.
Fine.
They're doing a remake of Pete's Dragon.
I don't know what
I
that
don't know
is.
what the fuck that is. Go on, talk about Ghostbusters.
It's like an old
Okay, so
Disney
here's the
movie.
thing. We just talked about it. Sometimes you have classics that you should just leave alone. You know, and Ghostbusters was one of those. And that's one of the movies that I can show my kids in, 10 years.
It's pretty adult. He gets a blowjob from a ghost in that movie.
I don't remember that.
It's true.
It's implied, but she unzips his pants.
My kids
and he makes a weird face.
It's
No, but keep going.
It's a
My kids
PG
are gonna
movie.
understand.
Like
PG
kids can
was
watch
like-
it, but you gotta be you gotta be there to
PG
explain
in the
shit.
80s was like R.
Man, when I was a kid, I watched the
True.
Titanic boob scene when I was like in
Yeah,
daycare.
that's different though. He wasn't getting a blowjob from a ghost.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Go on.
Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Oh, and fucking the gatekeeper and the keymaster have sex.
That's also true.
Yeah, okay, we'll get to that in a second.
You forget how dirty
so
that
I won't
movie
show my
really is.
kids.
No, show your kids. They're not gonna get it. I didn't get it when I watched it. But I'm just saying, the movie has a lot more sex.
We'll see. Here's the thing: Ghostbusters should be left alone.
I love Ghostbusters, so if anybody.
But of course, they're going to remake it because they need that cash cow, and remaking, you're going to have audiences come.
I'm not gonna go see it.
Probably
No. Melissa,
no, you're not going to go
Melissa
see it.
McCarthy's in it. No,
I do fucking hate her.
fucking
Who's
way.
Melissa
She is
McCarthy?
getting my money. She is a piece of shit. She needs to. Okay, you know what? Rewind. The studios that hire her to play those roles are shit. You know what?
She's
Give the fucking
a
girl
bad
a
actress,
chance.
And like the only reason she gets
Oh, and Rebel Wilson.
she's a bad actress.
Rebel Wilson too.
Yeah,
Stop
that's
fucking
fine.
making Pitch Perfect movies.
That's mine too. I hate her. I hate like things that she does. Fat Amy. Because
That's the thing. It's female humor. It's funny to women, not necessarily to men.
I'm sure there's some guys.
That's sexist. I know.
I'm sure there's some
So anyway.
women that find it funny.
But, yeah, you're gonna get people to go to it because of the name.
Yeah, and that's the whole reason you're doing that. And you're gonna get the liberals and the feminists to go because you got an all female cast, diversity, yay. And that's
Is Kristen Wiig in that?
probably.
I find her fun.
Did Emma Stone get in that? Like
She was supposed. I thought it was supposed to be her and Jonah Hill, originally.
well,
That would've
again.
And then they
I hate
scrapped
Jonah
that
Hill.
idea.
Okay, I just want to clear it up before we go further. I don't hate Melissa McCarthy. I don't know her as a person. I just hate that she keeps getting thrown into the same roles. And I don't think she's a piece of shit. I think the studios that continually give her these roles are a piece of shit. Granted, she's got to make her money, but at the same time, let her fucking branch out.
Pretty sure that it was supposed to.
And then she's got that one with Jason Statham coming out, and I'm like, not excited about that at all. Yeah, here's your cat.
I don't know.
Spy actually-
That one actually, I think, will be good because it's got Jason Statham in it.
Spy, I laughed a lot more than I wanted to in that trailer. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's Pete's dragon. Pretty sure he's like stoned and he like sees a dragon the whole time.
I've seen.
Something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, remake.
It's one of the. It's a black chick from. I think two of them are from the current Saturday Night Live.
Okay, sorry.
Lives right now.
Fuck.
You're trying to change some lives with food?
I guess they're changing
Well,
lives.
anyway.
But yeah, it's Ghostbusters. You know what? If they would have taken this cast and made like a obvious ripoff of Ghostbusters, like Goblin Chasers or
Here's another remake I'm not.
Spirit Stoppers.
Just another remake I'm not excited about.
Hey, that's like putting the youth of America down. Like, hey, you're not supposed to have dreams. We're gonna take your spirit and step on it. No.
I
Okay,
said
Spirit-
Stoppers, not
here's-
Stompers.
Here's who,
Spirit
here's who you got.
stoppers is not a good idea.
Anyway,
Here's what you got for the cast.
could be about
Melissa
turning
McCartney,
down wine.
Kristen Wiig. Focus. Melissa McCartney, Kristen Wiig, Leslie Jones, and Kate McKinnon. And the only one I recognize is.
So
basically,
obviously,
it's
she's
the-
the hot one. She's the fat, lovable bitch.
So, I mean, it's completely recast except they're women.
Yeah, it is,
Like-
but it's women, and it's not the same. And then I don't care how sexist that sounds. It's not the same fucking movie. It's not. It is not Ghostbusters. And I haven't even seen the movie, and I can guarantee you, I will not go and waste my money on it. I am not going to give this movie a ticket. Because that's how I'm going to say, hey, Hollywood, stop making stupid fucking remakes. You don't get my money. So yeah, Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones, stop. Don't make them. Luke, what about you?
Well,
Any franchise that they might be remaking.
well, I mean, it's
or
not
remaking.
it's not technically like remaking it, but it's like a continuation. But when they stopped using Matt Damon for The Bourne, and then they used Jeremy Renner, well, apparently they're coming out with another one with both of them in it, and it's like The Betrayal or something. So I'm assuming that they like
What do you
team
do?
up or something and like
What?
take down the Bourne.
I was gonna do
Like
something.
the whole,
I forgot what it
like,
was, something with this
shit.
but I forgot what it was at this
You
point.
know what I'm saying?
Okay, another remake I'm not excited about. Because this is technically a fucking tie-in. Is the fucking Men in Black with.
Oh, the crossover?
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Yeah. I'm like mixed feelings about it, cause like I could see it, cause like both are. I haven't seen
Well, that's-
Men in Black
that's-
3 to
So that's
know
a
how
remake.
that went.
though. That's
Men in Black 3 is great.
21 Jump Street itself, those two movies
Yeah.
as remakes are funny fucking movies and they're
See,
good times.
see, I
Well,
don't
see,
know
here's the
how they're
thing,
gonna
like-
like cross it over and make it.
Well, see, here's the
A
thing.
good thing,
Apparently, the first one was trying to poke fun at remakes. The second one was
Just
trying to,
poking fun at sequels.
and the third one is supposed to poke fun at cinematic universes.
So basically crossovers.
Yeah, like Marvel and all that.
Okay, I can
I can understand that. Then
I get that, but still, like, I love Men in Black. I love Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, and like, I'm okay with doing a remake of Men in Black. I really am.
oh,
But take it seriously. Like,
with,
you're not taking
Will
it.
Smith,
I'm not okay with remakes of Men in Black.
they're apparently bringing
Okay.
Independence
To me,
Day
that's
back.
just something. Okay, it could work in the universe in a sense. It could work because it's an agency and you could just have two different agents. But to me, the emotional hook is you were there when Will Smith became Agent J. You were there when he was, you were there for all that time, and you were there for the third one when you got the backstory and all that. So it could work, but the emotional hook isn't there for me. And I agree. I don't think Channing Tatum. And look, those two in those 21 Jump Street movies are funny. And you can't deny how funny Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum are. I just don't see him working in a Men in Black movie because the thing is, Men in Black is kind of like a Ghostbusters thing. There are adult jokes and there are those moments, but I watched those as a kid and I enjoyed them as a kid. If this is going the path it's going, it's going to be a hard R, and there's going to be a lot of swearing and a lot of violence, and that's not what I want to see in a Men in Black movie.
I would be okay with actually that.
Jump Street in space.
There are times.
I'll watch that.
Or just Jump Street fight aliens.
There
Don't even bring
are
in-
times
Don't
when
be
like
broke up.
there are
Don't
times
be-
when I'm watching like a movie, even a kids movie, where I'm like, this would be really fucking good if you made it an R-rated movie and just like went crazy.
But let me ask you this, would you
Wolverine is a very good
Oh, yeah,
example
sure.
of this.
Like
Like,
the unrated cut and like the that was awesome. I love those. But the same thing is like, would you want Star Wars to be super fucking bloody and be all gore and all over the place? No, you wouldn't.
That's-
It's Star Wars.
that's-
Well, the whole logic of it being super bloody and everything is it can't happen because with the lightsaber it cauterizes the wound, therefore it burns it, it seals it up so it doesn't have the opportunity to.
that's good. That's
That's actually a pretty great explanation. I'm impressed.
You're welcome.
All right, so as we're gonna go wrap this one up.
But we haven't talked about. We'll wrap this up in a second.
All right,
We haven't talked
Who's
about.
fucking running this shit?
We haven't talked about reboots that we're excited for that are coming out.
I can't think of any that I'm excited for.
I'm excited for Power Rangers.
Oh fuck
I
yeah!
totally forgot about that.
I want.
It's like so falling off my radar.
I want
because
JDF.
You don't hear anything
Right
about
now,
it.
it's like in development hell, I think, a little bit. But, like.
But that's the thing, though. That's another thing you can bring up to
JDF
the
needs to
more,
own
the,
the youth center.
Hold on. That's another thing you can bring up to the
JDF needs to stay out of it.
rewind. Because this
No,
could-
I want
Maybe a
him. I want him to have a
Guys.
cameo.
you guys, this could tie into what you were saying earlier about how you want stuff to be bloody. Like you'd be okay with certain things being bloody. So if
Power Rangers is not going to be bloody.
No.
It's
But if
not-
they would have
we're not getting our fan made thing. Like, that's.
no,
That
if
was
that
pretty
was
cool.
if
Yeah.
that was
That's not gonna happen.
that movie, would you still be excited to go see it?
If it was
Yeah.
bloody?
Like the one, like the trailer.
As- as a man-
I want that.
As a man, I would love it, but
Well, it's because we're adults
with
now.
my inner
Those kids that
child,
watch
with
that
my
are
inner
adults.
child, I
See,
pretty
that's
much
exactly-
want to see the cheesy, the arm movements, the we're gonna just punch you.
the arm movements are really funny.
I want it exactly
Guys,
the
we
way
can
it
do
was,
this, let's go!
except
That's the only way they can talk.
actual CGI, like more explosions and like.
Oh, I swear to
realistic
God, if
shit.
they put in a CGI robot, I'm out.
Of course they are.
I know.
How else would you?
I want a dude in a suit beating up a model city. There's so much to fucking ask.
Can we do that?
Make it
Can we
Hollywood.
do that in like one of our other?
Can we make like a
Side
monster?
stories.
Like make a monster
Yeah.
movie? Fuck yeah, we can make a monster movie. You heard it here, folks. Exclusive.
Alright, so we're doing that.
So anyway,
All right,
Power Rangers. We're excited for that, just because I want.
just because I grew up.
I don't even think.
See, and that's-
I don't even care if it's a good movie. I just want that experience again.
And that's exactly what, like, the whole fan made thing was teaching about, like, these, you know, when we were kids we watched this. We're adults now, we want to see this. But the problem is, because Power Rangers is still going on,
It's still a kids show. Yeah, there's still shows right now.
and kids are watching that, so you're gonna
You
get
can't sell that.
you're gonna get kids to go to this movie, and you can't do it. Like, it's the whole thing. You're gonna cut off, like,
Which-
making it bloody, even at PG-13, you're gonna cut off a lot of your audience.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but after
Because a lot of kids go to Marvel movie. Every single superhero movie is PG-13. There's always kids going.
That's fair.
well, with the whole Power Ranger thing,
But I
though,
do agree, you can't go past
it was a continuation from Mighty Morphin to Zeo to
Dino,
to,
to In
to
Space.
SPD to In Space, and then after
Samurais
In Space, it kind of
Dino
just
Thunder.
like fell off, and then they started like, oh, this is gonna be a Power Ranger universe. Like this is over here.
There's like,
this is over
there's
here.
like 3 different Power
This
Rangers
is over
shows
here.
going on
Yeah.
right now.
Like there's all different like things where I liked it when it was
Mighty
all
Morphin, you
Angel
can't get
Grove. It was
better.
Angel Grove, and that was the only
You can't get better than
power. Then
I
You cannot
like
get better than
multiple
Mighty
different
Morphin.
versions.
Mighty Morphin are the best Power Rangers.
oh yeah,
And again, that goes back to the Ninja Turtle thing. Where it's like our version is the best version.
it really is though.
But this kid, yeah, fuck you.
Not the audience.
No,
It-
fuck the kids. They're fucking one.
They're gonna be the future, but not on television.
Whitney Houston was it Whitney Houston with us? Children of the Future.
Yeah.
Well, she was fucking wrong. Look where she's at. So anyway,
dude,
That was too far.
dude.
I'm
Apologize.
sorry, Whitney Houston.
We'll be back next week with an apologetic video for Whitney Houston's family.
should really record me apologizing to it.
I already planned on it in my head. I was like, we're doing that.
Okay, so any other movies that?
Any other reboots that you're excited for that are coming out? Anybody have any other ideas?
Well,
I am excited for Jurassic World again.
If that's a real
the sequel,
whatever it is,
the
I'm happy
sequel
to
of
see it.
Star Wars. I'm ready for that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Don't
But I
even-
wouldn't really call that a remake.
It's
It's
a sequel.
I mean,
It's a continuation. It's a sequel.
Well, see, like things like this, like that,
It
and,
could be a
and
sequel
Jurassic World.
Or like a Mad Max thing. It's like a sequel remake thing.
Yeah, and it really works that way because, you know,
Keeps the old fans in it, and then it's like, hey, new generation.
well, yeah, it's like you can recycle the characters. Like a Jaws sequel would work because you could recycle the characters.
I don't know about that.
I
They would be CGI fucking sharks.
they're always gonna
Even the fin would be CGI.
yeah. well,
Like the one thing you see in the fucking water is CGI.
I don't know.
It would be so much cheaper to get one of those, like, remember those when you were a kid? You remember the
yeah.
the shark thing?
Yeah.
It'd be so, they could just fucking put that out there. That'd be fine. But no, they gotta hire a designer to make it fin. Don't make another Jaws. Leave it alone. That's Jake's motto.
Bring Sam Jackson back in Deep Blue Sea.
That was great.
Did you? I love that fucking movie. It's a horrible movie.
I love the cook when he threw the fucking Zippo and like burned the shot.
Yeah. Or when he's like, yeah, and then Cook killed in his own oven. I have no time for the irony. These accidents.
Well, it's Nick Fury, the Punisher,
An alcoholic
and
theater. Can we
a
bring
teen
that back?
rap star,
And do
all in the
Deep Blue
same
Sea?
movie.
Yes. All right, let's wrap this up one.
No, because every time I try to wrap it up, you fuckers keep talking.
Wrap it up. All right.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up.
Judge.
No, he's supposed to be hosting this.
Yeah, I'm hosting this
We're
episode.
gonna rotate.
Oh, I didn't know that.
From now on, episode 3 on, we're rotating
All right.
the host.
Thanks,
Oh, I'm scared
audience,
for that.
and everybody who tunes in for this podcast.
Plug the Twitter, plug the Instagram.
This is
Rookies.
Adam Generate.
I only have
I'm
Facebook.
Luke Moyer, and this is Jacob Williams, and we are the cast of Drinks After Work. And have a good time.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 402 Films and on Instagram at 402 Films. And also, hey, we just started this. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/402 Films and maybe support us. Throw us a few bones and
You get a couple things. You get a free. You get a video. Little
$1 you get the exclusive Living the Dream that you can't get on YouTube. You can only get it on Patreon. $5 we might even call up our buddy Rico Sanchez. He might give you a nice thank you. So yeah,
But don't get your hopes up.
good night.
Thanks, guys. All right, 1, 2. Oh,
we're not gonna
No,
cheer?
no, we're gonna clinky and then clean check.
Okay, guys.
We're gonna kinky.
That's good. 1, 2. Wait till 3 before we clink.
I'm sorry. I'm always premature.
1, 2.
This is all after the episode.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Just recycle that.